Hi everyone, I do hope this is working. Turned out, just to contextualize here as I normally do. Firstly, I'm Vitor Malcher, and you might know me. I'm the community manager of Behold Studios, and we normally have live streams, weekly live streams on Thursdays now. We used to have it on Monday and Wednesdays, but now we changed it to Thursdays. And I'm a little bit late today because I had to set all the things up here because it was last week we had the release of Outer Space to Early Access, the official release. It was actually the party of it, and when we did that, we had a live stream that was focused on actually playing the game during the party, or right before the party actually. And what that means that we actually brought all the equipment that we have for streaming here in this streaming setup room that we have, and we brought them down, like everything down, so we can stream with the whole team there, because here it's kind of a small room. It's thought to be I don't know, maybe for at the max 6 people at the same time, and 2 to 3, maybe 4, forcing it a little bit, people on the stream simultaneously. And we needed more space because the team is way bigger than that. So anyway, I just had to set all the things up again, to reconnect all the cables and kind of stuff, and that took a little longer than I thought it would. But I'm here, and you're here as well. So firstly, thank you for coming. I know sometimes it's like kind of crazy that we kind of have different subjects, and these changes on the days of the stream, that kind of stuff can kind of discourage people to keep following. So I really do appreciate those that stuck around, like that are here watching the stream right now and want to participate and to actually talk to us. We do appreciate that, so thanks a lot. And okay, novelties. We are streaming to Steam as well, and Facebook. If you are watching this from Facebook, you might be extremely confused on why we are speaking in English, because we have a lot of followers on Facebook that are from Brazil, and we normally do communicate. We normally communicate in English there, but we sometimes do communicate in Portuguese, and especially for those who know us, the developers, the members of the team. So it might seem a little bit odd that I'm speaking in English, but it is needed. We normally make streams on English so everyone can understand, and by everyone I mean everyone that knows English. Unfortunately, not everyone does, but it's hard. We cannot speak in every language, even though we wanted to. I don't know that many languages, and it would be kind of tough to have a live stream for each language. It would be like impractical. So we do stream in English, so most people do understand, especially those that are not from Brazil. And there's an echo going on. An echo? What? Why? Okay, there should not be an echo going on. Let me check the filters of the reduction gain, compressor. Yeah, nothing's changed. There should not be an echo happening right now. The source is, let me see. Properties. Yeah. Oh, I might know what happened. Let me check this out. Sounds. Sometimes when we have the PS4 controller, it activates the headset as well. Okay. Did it get better? Like, is it better now? Some of your audios must be on. Yeah, it is not. Oddly enough, like the television isn't even playing sound right now. If I had to bet, I'd say it was because the PS4 controller had its microphone up, like working. I don't know. Does it have a microphone? Anyway. Yeah. It does seem to have an echo. I'll do something. 1 second. Yeah, I don't know. It didn't get better, right? I have no idea why isn't that working. It should be capturing the sound only from these two, and they have no reason. It's checking the audio. Yeah, but it's like it is. Oh, I see. Yeah, it is capturing the sound. Okay, yeah, totally. Dump me, thanks. Now it's done. Now it's working. It should stop the echo right now. Yeah, it was exactly that. It was capturing the audio from my YouTube stream. It always does, but since I have the television muted, I didn't notice. So thanks Marcelo for the tip. Let me even unmute the television before something else happens, and I just don't notice it. Leaving, oh, sound, okay. I gotta increase it. Maybe no. Okay. Samsung television. There it is. Okay. So, well, hi there. Again. So today I'm gonna try to talk to you about something that is like extremely recent. I mean, it's something that's happening right now with us, and it's a challenge that we, small indie studios normally go through this, and we're going through this on a hardcore style because we're not just developing a game, we're trying to make it an open development and have open early access, all the kind of stuff. So I'm gonna talk to you about the difficulties of having a game that you're developing at the same time that you still have to maintain and keep the support for your older games. And that might be totally familiar for some developers out there, especially huge companies that do have a lot of people to work with games and community management and all that kind of stuff. But for us, for developers, like smaller developers, it is not that common. You have to get to a point in which you've released some games, and those games fortunately reached some people. They actually have players interacting with it frequently, and waiting for the player. No, I'm just starting. And to have a game that lasts long enough, I mean, that has people buying, playing it long enough, so you can, you know, intersect that period of like people asking for things or requesting bug fixes and things like that, while you're still developing the game. And in this case in particular, we kind of released the game that we are developing now already, even though it's still in development. And now we have like 3 major releases before this one and this one to take care of. And what this means, oh my god, oh, interesting room, this one. It isn't powered anyway. Okay, I gotta get used to the controls. We've changed the control schemes recently, and my muscle memory is still like trying to recall the last time, like how it was before. So forgive me if I'm like suck at this game, like if I'm really bad at it. It's just because I'm trying to actually play the game in a new way. Oh, I died. Thanks, Mr. Peachy. Thanks for the following. That's pretty neat, and I hope you do enjoy the content that we do here. So yeah, what are the difficulties of an, you know, an active community in all of them? Well, firstly and most obviously is that, you know, people say that a product is never actually finished. Like we used to say this in design, in the design course that I did. People say that in any kind of creative medium, you know, like if you have a movie, or if you have an architecture plan or something that you have to do, and if it involves like a complex system, you know, it's like a complex levels of interaction. For example, programmers interacting with artists or whatever. Like the more complex your product is, the more impossible it is to actually finish it. So, and by finish it, I mean like having it perfect for you. Like, oh, this is exactly how I wanted the game to be. This simply doesn't happen, you know. Mostly because we have other limitations. Like basically, you know, we need to eat, we need to pay the bills, we need to get involved in new games and new projects, so we keep on being excited with it. We keep liking developing games, and well, that's a thing. You really you never have all the things that you need to keep on developing eternally your game. But also because, you know, humans' brains are weird. Like we do not accept perfection. Like we cannot deal with it. It's like a concept that we just can't handle it. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. And my bucket's... Oh, okay, I could recover it. Cool. No, alien, no, no, damn it, no. Oh my god. Ah. Okay. I'm so gonna die. Holy. Anyway. So we cannot understand like the concept of perfection. We never think something is actually perfect. Like we might, yeah, I'm so dead. I might have a chance actually, because now we rebalance the game. Yeah, there it is. Woo. Okay, recovered. Now I just gotta eat because I'm pretty much dying. Oh, neat. Now it changes the color. Did it always do that? And I never noticed it? It turns red when it starts making things. Cool. Eat. Okay. Now I'm fine. I'm fine. I have no chance of dying at all. It's all cool. Except that I'm probably gonna die here. Anyway, so yeah, we cannot deal with perfection, and especially if it's something that you're doing. And believe me, like you're not gonna accept it as it is. Like you're always gonna think there's something you can improve, you can make better, you can polish more, or you know, sometimes you interact with something so much that okay, can I? Oh no, I cannot yet. It's because we're working on this. Like we're trying to make the game possible for you to actually eat aliens somehow. It's something that is in progress, and I was trying to see if it's working already, but it's not. So yeah, when you get that point of you know, you never think your job is as good as it should, or it's never perfect, and you always want to make it better. Oh my god, I'm getting tired so frequently. Oh, great, it's just awesome. Now there's a nag right next to me. Yeah, and when you never get to that perfect point, you know, you just can't keep working with a project. So what I'm trying to say here is that if I, for some reason, believe that I'm only gonna release a game when it's completely perfect, I'm just never gonna release it, you know. And that happens more often than not. Like people trying to make games and release them and failing to, because they just can't handle the fact that, you know, games are not meant to be perfect. They're meant to be the best that you can do with them, you know. But we want perfection, and we want people to love our games. So it's this constant struggle that makes a lot of people actually never release a game. That happens a lot, and we do not want that. Right? Like you need to release the game so you can have people playing it, and you can see their reactions, and see if they're loving it, if they're hating it, and you know, improve your capabilities, your abilities of making games. And because of that, we normally release a game in the moment that we like look at it and think that okay, that's the best we can do with the limitations that we have, you know. That's good enough. We've struggled a lot to get here. We did our best, so I hope this is what the players want, you know. We always have that expectations, and that's, well, that's okay. That's totally common and normal for people to have. But that implies that you'll always want to do something else with the game. Like you'll always have a little change that you want to make. You'll always have that one shift in, I don't know, a mechanic, or that one rebalance that you want to do. Oh, and by the way, thanks Flavio for following. I know it took quite a while to actually thank you, but I do hope you enjoy the content that we do here. Oh, I gotta water this fruit. I'm gonna die. I'm so gonna die. Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. I'm so dead. Please don't die. I died. Defeat. Okay, no problem. It was my bad. So yeah, we always have a game, and the game's always open to be better. Oh hey Brody. Brody's talking to us through YouTube. And if you, for some reason, is watching us on Facebook or Steam, yeah, I'm sorry, but I cannot read you right now. Well, I actually can. I can try to. Let me try to fix that up. Steam out of space. Let me see if I can at least open the chat here so we can see it. Yes, okay. Exhibit the chat, and there's nothing going on there, no, obviously, because I just opened it. But anyway, chat open, and Facebook as well, right? Oh, like I will not log in to Facebook, but I can. Yeah, I will not log into Facebook. It will take way too long. So yeah, if you're watching through Facebook, I promise I will try to have it open the next stream. Okay, I'm just not used to having the to be streaming to all those places at the same time. Normally we just did Twitch and YouTube, so that's why my setup is like prepared to do this here. But now we have Steam and Facebook as well, so yeah, it's gonna be kind of crowded on the screen. But anyway, yeah, so we have multiple games that we do want to improve, that we know there are a lot of things that could be better, that possibly have bugs, possibly now it's like almost certainly have bugs that we wish we had time to fix them all and to test them all, but we didn't, you know. We didn't quite have all those opportunities, and that kind of turns into a situation in which we know that we could have a better game. We want to give that better game to the players, and we get a lot of support and help from the community in general. And we want to keep updating the game. We want to keep making it better. We want to keep maybe having new content, but we just can't. And you normally have a team focused on that, like on maintaining the older games that you've released on. We did have that multiple times through the history of Behold, but what is being kind of new to us, and it's a thing that we're trying to learn how to deal with it, is that like when you have an early access game like Outer Space. Oh, by the way, for those that don't know the game, this is Outer Space. It's the game that we are developing right now. It's released in early access, and it's been released recently. And well, that basically means that we're working pretty hard to always deliver something interesting for this game, like an addition to content, or new mechanics, or polishment, especially because it's not as polished as our older games yet, because it's in development. And oh my god, I'm gonna lose this. No, I didn't die. It's okay, it's all cool. So yeah, we have so many things to actually put in the game, to actually implement here and test and see what the community wants and see what they think of it, that we just can't afford losing part of the people that we have in the company to deal with older projects. And you might think like, oh, okay, people there, they know the games, they've done it, like they've created games, so it shouldn't be a problem to just go back to the project and fix a thing or two, and I'd say you'd ideally be right, because it is kind of, you know, if you know the project and if it's on the same engine that was created, it should be easy. But it's not as easy as it looks. For one, you know, we have multiple things that we're dealing with. Each project has its own unique set of requirements, you know, like skills that you have to learn. For example, Outer Space is a... What's going on with it? Okay. Outer Space is a multiplayer game, and it has its own multiplayer things going that we didn't know how to deal with it before. And majorly, if you have a game that was released a long time ago, for example, our most recent game was Galaxy of Pen and Paper. It was released in 2017, and 2 years ago, Unity engine was completely different. Was in a different version of the engine, and you know, you had different things working. Some updates for the engine make it pretty much impossible to use the engine to, you know, create things to fix the game, for example, unless you put a lot of time and work on it. Like, you have to change things that were working properly, just so you can keep changing other things. And that kind of cost, like that time that you spend adapting the game to work again on this new version of the engine, and then you have to, you know, actually fix the bugs, and then you have to look for, oh my god, that's something is not right with that alien. Something's definitely not right. Oh my god, alien, run away. No, you're not gonna destroy my thing. Okay, that's, yeah, that looks horrible, but it's a bug. Okay. It will be fixed. So yeah, you can see it. Like, I mean, I'm playing this for quite a while. You must have seen some bugs happening, some things that, you know, don't look quite as good as they could have. Oh, the new effect for the battery is pretty cool. But, you know, we just didn't have time to do all the kind of stuff, like all of those things. We didn't have time to deal with all of them, and we still don't. Like, we're trying to prioritize things. I'm gonna die. I'm so gonna die. We're trying to yeah, prioritize the game and the things that are like crashing and destroying the experience of the players. So, you know, there's always bugs, and we want to keep the game as bugless as possible, and that, you know, that's just how, oh my god, I'm trapped and I'm dead. Okay, yeah, the game is pretty hard to win right now. If you have the game already, and if you're like playing it and not winning, that's totally okay. I don't win quite often as well. I'm actually kind of bad at this game, which is ironic, but anyway, it's the truth. So yeah, so since we have so many things to fix in this game, we only have 3 programmers. One of them, which is Saulo, is also the producer for Behold, so he's always, like, all the time having to deal with not so fun things. Like, I'm pretty sure he likes it, at least in a level, but, you know, he needs to subscribe us to events, to, you know, deal with all the logistics of the travels that we have to do, send us, like, I don't know, talk to PR and all that kind of stuff. That's pretty costly in terms of times, and you know, when you have only 2 programmers, one of them is pretty filled up with other kinds of works. It's hard to kill all the bugs fast, and it's even harder to stop dealing with the bugs that you are dealing with right now. Like, imagine you spend the whole week working on a bug that's pretty tough, pretty difficult to figure out how to fix, or implementing a feature that is pretty intense in terms of mentality. You have to think a lot to actually figure out how to implement it, and all of a sudden you just have to stop working on that, break out your thought process, and get back to a game that you've not opened the project for, I don't know, 2 years or for 6 months. Like, it's very costly. It's not something that's totally easy to do, and it's something that's gonna make you, I wouldn't say waste, but certainly spend a lot of time on it. You're gonna have to remember a lot of things and ask people what they did. For example, sometimes one programmer implements a feature, and then that feature gets bugged out, so the other programmer has to talk to the first programmer to ask, okay, what did you do here, what's the logic of it, okay, how can we fix this? And that kind of interaction and that kind of cost is pretty heavy. And it's also heavy, but at the same time, I'm talking a lot, okay? If you have any questions, honestly, you can just ask us, because ask me right now, because if you let me, I'm gonna spend the whole stream talking crazy, because there's one thing I'm pretty good at doing, and that is talking. I like to talk a lot. Hey Vitor, congrats on the launch of this game. Thanks. We're really proud of it. It's a launch and it's not a launch because we're still working on it. It's different, but it's pretty cool. And thank you for the support. So yeah, okay. Going back to what I was saying before. At the same time that there's all that difficulty. For example, I'm the one that's normally responsible to reading all the bug reports and talking to the people that worked on the game, so we can try to fix it. And I did obviously play the games, and I know partially how things worked on some of them, especially Galaxy of Pen and Paper, because I did spend some time with that game right at the start of when we were developing the +1 expansion. I did work on this game, so I kind of know how some things worked. And with time, you usually understand, you start talking to the programmers and the people that worked on the game, and things start making sense. But mostly, especially for Knights of Pen and Paper and Chroma Squad, there are a lot of things that I have absolutely no idea of how they were implemented. Even though I do have I don't know, a very small notion of programming, it's far from the capabilities of the programmers that we do have. And people worked on those projects, and I some of them I didn't even get to meet. They left Behold way before I came in. So it's just not as easy to actually find a solution to things on older projects. and that kind of breaks our hearts. Like we do wish that we had an easy solution to always fix every bug that we find, and every bug report is like successfully dealt with. But right now we're struggling with that, you know. If we had to have a team as we did sometimes in the past, a small team like 1 or 2 people to maintain the game, to maintain older games, right? That would mean that the rhythm of updates for Outer Space would be way slower, and that might not seem bad, but it kind of is, because when we're talking about early access and, you know, open development and development in general, people like content, you know. Like players, they want new things, they want you know, fresh content for them to consume. And oh my god, the TV reflection looks like a hologram. Yeah, it does look. That's pretty cool. It would be nice if it was a hologram. Yeah, so we do wish we had that time, but we don't, you know. We gotta, you know, focus on the content for this game, and you know, to use the time that we do have with the community playing it, you know. Because right now there are some people playing this game and giving us feedback like constantly, and that kind of feedback. I'm gonna die. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Oh my god, they're gonna lock me here. I got so close. I can't believe it. No. It's gonna turn off. Oh my god, I'm locked in here. Okay, game. Okay, you got me. So yeah, I don't even know if you heard of it, but there are some problems happening in the industry generally, speaking, regarding, you know, people overworking and spending way too much time trying to keep producing content for certain games. And oh my god, look at this chaos. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna throw you away. I can't. The door is locked. Okay. You know, a lot of people suffer from stress and overwork, just to, you know, have things to release to the players. Whether it is because they love it, or because, you know, someone's telling them to do so. But that's something that we do not want to do. You know, we are only 11 members in the team, 11 or 12. I always mess this count up. But anyway, we're just 11 developers, and you know, we are very, like, we are friends. We value each other's help, and we do not want to see anyone like being totally stressed out because, you know, they have to create new things for a game, and then they have the other game that they have to maintain as well, and then they want to do it all and not prioritize. They want to, like, do everything, even if it's not possible. Oh, that's a bug. Okay, let me get down the time of this video. It's what? Oh, I can't see for how long I'm streaming. Can I? No, I cannot. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna raise my arms, and it's gonna look stupid. this is what I'm doing. Okay, it's just so I can watch this video later and find quickly where the bug is, because this is supposed to be something like this, but it's not for some reason. Anyway, that's a new bug, and I've never seen that one before. So yeah, we want to keep each other healthy. What are your guys' opinion on the union emerging called Game Workers Unite? To be honest, I've not informed myself so well about that. Like, I know that it's happening. I see it on Twitter all the time. A lot of friends that are from the industry are supporting this. And I'm not quite sure of like the implications of it in someone working in the USA, you know. For example, I'm just gonna give you the vision that I have for something relatively similar here in Brazil. I'm graduated in design, which is a superior course that is not regulated, just per se. Like, I don't have, there's no institution that looks at the people that work with my field and say, okay, you are capable of doing this, you're not, you should do this and you should not. Like, there's no one regulating, which is kind of, you know, it brings some sense of freedom, but at the same time, this has a risk. Like, not having a regulated profession means that anyone can simply start working with the thing you do, and maybe that person does not know what they're doing, and maybe they will, for example, in design, they will design something that will hurt people, that will cause a cultural problem. Like, I don't know, they're designing straws that are, instead of being recycled and whatever, they are eternally you know, poisoning the planet. I don't know. I'm just, this is a ridiculous example, but you know, not having it regulated opens possibilities like that. People that don't know what they're doing, trying to work with the field and failing, and you know, actually ruining someone's life or making it worse, and that's not something you want. At the same time, you don't have to deal with problems that come with a strong regulation. Like, some activities, they are so heavily regulated that even people that are completely capable of working with it and doing and creating things and helping people with that profession, they aren't able to do. You know, they are obligated to leave the field soon or something like that. Like, they maybe wanted to work with an area that is close to what they do, and they have the know-how to do so, but they are not graduated in a certain area, so they cannot do it, you know, even though they might be more capable than people that actually have that graduation. So it's a hard balance to strike. And I don't know if the union, like the Game Workers Unite, would result in something like that. Like, I believe the first intention of it is just to have a, you know, someone and a group of people that will defend you and that will help you understand, okay, how do I get that? I'm gonna destroy this. That will help you defend your rights, and that will not allow people to be exploited. So in that sense, like, if it's just to have someone supporting you and showing you that you can have a better life, I think that's awesome. You know, like, everybody needs that. Everybody could use someone that has the knowledge and maybe the background of your field of work, and to actually you know, tell you that it's okay to be stressed out. You can, you know, try to have a better life. You can look for other options. You know, it must be pretty good to have the kind of support, especially in those cases that people have difficulty of you know, dealing with those issues. So I'd say that if it's something for the good of the developers, it's good. You know, you gotta support that, because happier developers will always make happier, like better games, and healthier developers will make games for longer, and you know, will build a more healthful relationship with the communities. So it's good, but I'm afraid to just simplify that the way I'm doing, because it might be something different, you know. There might be a drawback in that I just don't know, I'm not aware of. But anyway, yeah, and Xd, XD, I don't know how to pronounce that in English. It says Xd. He's saying, okay, let's make a real question. As you said, this is an early access, like an MVP, so it's better to update the game with new content, new levels, new skins, okay. Or the new game modes that give you new ways of playing the game, given context of being an indie developer. Yes, that's the point. Like, since it's an open, it's an early access game, the amount of things, like the amount of work that we have to do here is way bigger than the ones that we do on supporting older games, especially those that are already released. Like Chroma Squad, for example, is a game that you know, we love it. A lot of people love it, and we just wish we could work with it like forever. But you know, it's the way it is. Like it's kind of finished in its state, and we're probably not going to think of like a major update for it, because it is closed already. Like it is a pretty complete experience in general. It could always be better. Nothing's ever finished, but it's finished somehow. Outer Space is not. So we still have, like, we want to make a lot of things for Outer Space. It even depends on. Did I start the game without anyone joining? Possibly, but it's not going to be a problem. So yeah. Okay, you can call by Xd. Okay, I'm also watching Twitch. Cool. Yeah, you can always follow us on Twitch as well. I think notifications for Twitch is better than for YouTube. I don't know, but anyway, welcome. And yeah, so since we have this continued development of this game, it's pretty obvious that we're gonna prioritize. Oh my god, bye bye. Oh no. Okay, I might have put my broom in a loop. Yeah, and all I'm saying here is, like, I'm talking a lot, right? I'm almost an hour here, only speaking, and I didn't even get to the point that I wanted to get. Anyway, the point is, games are hard to develop. They are costly in terms of time. Sometimes you gotta prioritize things. Unfortunately, we have to prioritize, or fortunately, I don't know if it's that bad, but we have to prioritize the game that we're working on, especially if the team is excited about it. Because I don't know if you know that concept, but eventually, when you're working on a game for too long, you kind of get burned out of it. Like you don't want to work on it anymore. Like you're good to go. You know, that depends. Like that might change from indie team to indie team. Like there might be some companies that are totally okay with working on the same game forever. This is not our case. Like on Behold, we have tons of ideas for games, for sequels, for whatever. Like we dream a lot. We do have a huge list of possible things that we will work on in the future, and we need to move on eventually, right? And by move on, I don't mean that we like or want to completely abandon a game. That's not what we want to do. Especially a game like Outer Space that has this sort of a modular design. Like I can say this game becoming much more than it is right now. So depending on how many people are playing it and the community feedback, we can extend its development for quite some time. But when you have a closed up experience that has its meaning and it worked, it's pretty hard to prioritize it over the project that you're working on. That without at least hurting the team's health, you know, and especially mental health. Like we don't want to get crazy by developing games that we are not excited about, you know. So yeah, if you ever get to this point, like if you are a developer or if you follow any developer, especially indie, and you see they are kind of struggling for some reason to keep bug fixing the game that you like, remember that, you know, it's not an excuse. Like I don't want to sound like oh, poor guy, you know, they like he can't update and fix everything he wants. Like I'm being just open here. Like I really wish we all do fix everything at an instant. Like every bugs that appears is just gone, because, you know, we have a huge team fixing it and dealing with all these problems, and, you know, but it's not that. Like that's not the reality, and we have to prioritize things. And prioritizing things, like, for example, I did not buy batteries. I should have prioritized buying batteries, but now I didn't. And now I have so many open rooms that I can't do a thing with it. Anyway, so we have to prioritize things, and I do hope you can have an empathetic look at those situations. At the same time, we still do fix things. Right now it's kind of hard at this moment, but until, like, I don't know, a month and a half ago, we did have Marcos, which is one of the programmers working on Galaxy of Pen and Paper. We had released a new content update, so we had a lot of bugs there. But yeah, that's it. Like I just think it's something interesting for you to think about. Like if you have a limitation on people, like if you're not a huge company that can have hundreds and hundreds of developers working for them, you sometimes won't be able to fulfill all your wills and everything you want to do, and like maintain the game like always good and always perfect, and keep enhancing every game that you've released. Right now we have 3 games that have a considerably big player base. Like I wouldn't say big, but anyway, it's a strong player base. A lot of people that are pretty engaged, and like having those 3 games always free of bugs. Sometimes it even happens, like today we had a problem. We still have it, actually. that happened to a game that wasn't updated for like months. Like for no apparent reason, the game just stopped working, and we had to get the team to look into that and to try to remember what was happening, because like we had no idea why would it stop working by itself. And that kind of stuff can happen, but I do appreciate those of you that are considerate of that, and you have every single right to expect a better game, to expect a more polished game, and to ask the developers to help you fix it. It's like totally your right, and I wouldn't expect you to do anything different from that. But it's always good to be empathetic and to not let that frustration of the game being bugged or something like that keep you on the way of understanding that everyone's human, everyone makes mistakes, and a lot of teams like us are trying their best to actually get to that point of, okay, the game's good enough. Now we everyone's being able to play it, so everything's cool. Yeah. Okay, another question. You guys have some way to calculate a life cycle of your games? Yeah, you do, but that depends on the kind of game it is. Like if you create a game that has a lot of open possibilities for updates or for developing for longer, for example, Outer Space is probably gonna have a longer lifespan, life cycle, and not in a way that people will play it for longer. I kind of doubt that, because Chroma Squad has players that have like 100, 200 hours. Like, people play a lot that games. Like I've seen someone with almost 1,000 hours on Knights of Pen and Paper. That's just wow. We wouldn't think of that anyway. And I don't know if Outer Space has that potential, like of entertaining someone for 1,000 hours. But it does have this like kind of a model in which you I'm tired. In which you can come back to the game from time to time and play with your friends, and you don't play it like crazy. You don't start playing it and you get burned out of it. You play it, you have fun, and then the party ends, your friends go home, and then you stop playing it, or then you play it for a while multiplayer, and then you wait for an update or something like that. So I think it's gonna last a little longer while developing it and keeping an update. But we normally think of like releasing the game, like we used to think like that. We used to think of releasing the game, which was like the regular 2-year development cycle, and then we would work on the updates and then release the updates a while later, maybe 6 months later, maybe a year, and that was about it. Like we would support the expansion. If it had another expansion, we would do so. But like the life cycle of the game was pretty much until we had like released every piece of content that we wanted for the game, and then once the community was like happy enough with it and we weren't seeing any game-breaking bugs, we would start working on the other game. But sometimes there's an overlap there. Sometimes you are working on a game and it's you just release something, and then you want to start working on another thing, and then you split the team, and there are many variables in it. But I'd say it's just, yeah, it's hard to calculate. It depends on the game, but a good guideline would be like, what do you want to do with that game? Like, what do you want to produce for it? Like, do you have post-launch content? Do you want to keep updating it? And if you do, then you can actually measure for how long, you know, how long it's sustainable to keep working on the game and to have the team engaged in it. Yeah, I don't know if that answered, but anyway, it's kind of hard to tell. Oh my god, that might be an awesome feeling seeing someone play your game for. Yeah, that's just absurd. Like, it's amazing. It's so awesome, and it's interesting that you always get surprised. You know, you never know you have a thousand, multiple hundreds of hours game. You think you have a game that, you know, it's gonna be replayable. You make it so it can be played for quite a while, but you never expect people to spend that much time on the game. You know, we've got some people that are on new game plus. I don't know. I lost the count. So people really engage in it, and it's awesome. It's just awesome to see it. And I do hope that we know we have something similar, not in a way that it's gonna retain attention for that long, but at least something that people get engaged and, you know, create discussions and participate in the development here in this early access, so we can like have games that those people that spend a lot of time in it do have a lot of things to do and have fun with it, you know. People, I need to finish this up. It's been awesome to talk to you, all the interactions, and I hope you liked it. I hope I answered your questions. Sorry once again if you are watching through Facebook or maybe even Steam. I'm seeing here Pallets was very kind in saying that we were streaming for 40 minutes when I had the mark. Thank you a lot. That's I'm gonna remember that. And sorry for not answering before, but I wasn't looking at it. So yeah, thanks a lot. I do hope you enjoyed the game. I do hope you enjoyed our talk here. We're gonna like have this kind of content like alternating with the updates on Outer Space. Right now I'm playing the version that released last week. So next week's gonna have an update and with the new stuff, and I'm gonna be here playing the game and discussing the new things and why they're there, why the update, what we thought of it, and you know, I hope to see you next week as well. And if you'd like to know this kind of content about game development in general, indie games, and our games, like talking about our past games or Outer Space, and if you like the idea of somehow participating in the development of a game by helping us, you know, understand what's better for you, what you like best, you can follow us here on Twitch, on YouTube as well. You can get in the Discord server, which is discord.gg/Behold Studios. We are always there. Like we sometimes take some time to answer Facebook or Steam forums messages, because you know, if you take every day to open those forums, like every forum that we have, you just spend the whole day doing that. But Discord is like always open on the backgrounds of our computers, and we normally answer things there way faster, unless we're not working, because we try to respect our personal lives. But anyway, it's just too good to have you here. Hope to see you on Discord, hope to see you on the next streams. Thank you. Let me see. Saulo and Pallets for for following us on Twitch, and I do hope you enjoyed the content, and I see you next week for more talks, or I see you during the week on our Discord server. Thanks a lot for everything. If you're already playing the game, it's awesome to have people that you know, are interacting with us and giving us feedback. So yeah, I see you next time. Bye bye.